In order to get what we want, we need to sacrifice certain things, because if we don't sacrifice those things, the things that we want become the sacrifice. I'm super excited to chat about something that a lot of us struggle with. Today, we're going to talk about alcohol and its impact on our fitness journey, especially when we are trying to lose weight. So, let's dive into why that one drink might not be your best friend when it comes to losing fat. First off, what happens to your body when you drink? It's important to understand that alcohol is technically a toxin. When we consume alcohol, our body has to work hard to get rid of it. And it mostly does this through the liver. And here's a fun fact. Your liver can only metabolize about 1 drink per hour. So, just to give you an idea, a standard drink is 12 ounces of beer, or if you're a wine lover, it's 5 ounces of wine. And if you like to enjoy some liquor, then it's 1.5 ounces. That is considered as one standard drink. That's pretty wild, hey? So now here is some crucial info that I want to share with you. Alcohol can slow down your metabolism by about 50% for up to 4 hours after each drink. Think of it this way. When an ambulance drives on the highway, all the cars pulls over to let it through, right? That's exactly what happens in your body when you drink alcohol. Your body recognizes alcohol as a toxin and it prioritizes getting rid of it. So while it's busy dealing with the alcohol, everything else you ate recently gets put on hold, which means it's more likely to be stored as fat. Now, how many of you go out on Saturday night and have 4, 5, or even 6 drinks? If you have 6 drinks, your metabolism could be running 50% slower for the next 20 hours. How crazy is that? Now, let's talk about calories because they add up really quickly. Alcohol doesn't provide any nutrients and it's basically just empty calories. You've probably heard some people say alcohol is just an empty calories. That is pretty true. A regular beer has about 150 calories. A glass of wine is around like 120 to 150 calories. One cocktail, if you are the girly who likes to go out on Saturday night and have a pina colada or any other cocktails, one single cocktail can be packed with calories and sugar from all the juices and syrups that they put in it. So that can be anywhere between 3 to even 500 calories. So now let's imagine you go to the bar with your girlfriends and have 5 pina coladas, each at 500 calories. That's 2,500 calories from those drinks alone. To lose just one single pound of fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit about 3,500. Then you step on the scale Monday morning feeling discouraged because you think, oh, I only had few drinks and it was 500 calories times 5, which is 2,500 calories, which you didn't even realize because you're like, well, I stick to my plan. I ate clean the whole time or the whole week. I ate healthy whole foods, but I only went out and I only had 5 drinks and I didn't even go and had a pizza after going home from the bar. Like I was so good. How to hell the scale is not moving? Those calories add up really, really, really quick. Now, many people don't track those calories thinking, oh, I just had a few glasses of wine here and there, right? Like you might be tracking your macronutrients, like your foods, your meals, your snacks, everything that you're eating. But then that one glass of wine that you have every night after dinner with your hubby, you just don't track it. whether it's one, two, or three glasses. Again, those are the extra calories that you're putting in your body, but you don't realize that, right? Because you don't see it as a big deal. But like I said, it adds up really quickly. And especially when you're trying to lose weight. What I just covered is that in order to lose 1 single pound of fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit 3,500, right? So over time, we're talking like thousands of calories a month without even realizing that. If you have a glass of wine every night, that adds up, right? Now, I also don't want to forget about hormones. Alcohol can bump up your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone, which is linked to weight gain and fat storage. Plus, in men, it can lower their testosterone levels as well, which is crucial for building muscle and burning fat. So, if you're hitting the gym, 5 times a week, but you're still drinking and enjoying a few drinks in here and there on a weekly basis, you're just simply working against yourself. Lastly, I want you to think about the long term. Chronic drinking can lead to serious problems down the line, like liver disease and heart issues. And again, I'm not here to preach anything. Ultimately, it's everyone's choice. But I've personally seen drinking problems in my family, which is why I choose to stay away from alcohol. Sure, I have few drinks occasionally, maybe like once every 6 months, but usually I honestly prefer just to enjoy good food, like desserts, nice dinners, donut. I just prefer that rather than calories from alcohol. But that's just my preference. Like I said, I never preach to anyone and I never tell anyone, hey, you shouldn't be drinking or cut it down. Even when we have clients in our program, you can still lose weight and see progress and enjoy those few glasses of wine with your spouse, right? Nothing wrong about that. And quite frankly, we still do have clients in our program who does it because they just don't want to give up, and that's okay, because you always want to find a way to get in shape and feel good in your own body and just be happy and healthy while you're doing the things that gives you pleasure, that makes you happy. So for me, it's like I can't really imagine myself just not having sweets, right? Like I love desserts. Like ever since I was little, I just love, love, love sugar. Although I don't really use regular sugar in our house, I usually go with like a healthier alternatives. But if I go out, don't tell me that I cannot have a dessert after nice dinner. That's just a must for me. Don't tell me that if I crave a regular ice cream and not a protein ice cream, I can have it. Don't tell me that I shouldn't or can't have a regular sugary donut once in a while because I love it. And I've learned that I can still have these things in my lifestyle and diet, if we want to call it diet, and get in great shape and stay in a great shape, because that's ultimately what makes my journey sustainable. So now, speaking of alcohol, if for you is having a glass of red wine after a dinner a couple times a week with your spouse, I honestly going to say just have it, right? Because that's not something that's gonna like completely ruin your progress and hold you back from seeing any result. But if it's more than that, and if your weekend drinking is like it's a thing that you do every single week, then I'm going to tell you as a coach, like, look, like this is something we need to work on, because if we won't, then you can really expect results because you're working against yourself. So let's wrap it up. Having a drink here and there can 100% be part of your life, especially if it helps you to socialize. I know that some people are just like, I just need to have like a few drinks just to have more fun. Whatever. Completely understand. It's your choice. But really just make sure that you're not overdoing that. And if you're planning fat loss phase, that's where we also tell our clients, look, fat loss phase is about going in and getting out in 8 to 12 weeks. So if you're fully committed to see the best results from your fat loss phase, that is ultimately a temporary phase. That's not something you should do most of the year. Like fat loss phase, you guys, if you're looking to lose 10, 15-ish pounds, even more than that, you should never stay in fat loss phase longer than 12 weeks. It's the range where we typically say that people should stay in a fat loss phase, and then you go to your maintenance, give your body a break from dieting. So now if you are planning fat loss phase for 8 weeks, then just like be 100% locked in and just tell yourself, listen, for the next 8 weeks, I'm going to avoid bars, hanging out with friends, because typically when we hang out, we always drink. Just sacrifice, because I always say that in order to get what we want, we need to sacrifice certain things. Because if we don't sacrifice those things, the things that we want become the sacrifice.